Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to explore metaphor in the Quran. So basically, how do we understand our Quran? And how do we understand the deeper meanings to a lot of the things that we talk about? Do we simply read the text and say, look, this means this, and this means this, and this means this, therefore this means this? Or do we have a deeper understanding of how some things pan out in a spiritual sense, and do we really comprehend the deeper realities of Islam? So one of the first things I'm going to talk about in this video is the concept of light in the Quran. So how light and its anachronism, darkness, how we can understand what these things mean and what they mean in a spiritual sense, not only in a physical sense as we might like to understand it, but in a broader sense as well. So basically, light and darkness is not just a physical phenomena. It's a symbol for guidance and its opposite, misguidance, and also knowledge and ignorance, and the path of spiritual discernment in the complex world that we live in. So firstly, the good thing about the Quran, it gives us the metaphor, it gives us the analogy to comprehend how things work. But then we need to use this understanding to really project into the bigger world out there and decide what these things really mean. So when we speak of light, what are we saying? Are we saying this person is brighter than everyone else? Are we saying that these people they can be seen more? These things might be true in a sense, but how do we really comprehend these things? When we comprehend nur as we know it in Arabic, light. What do we mean? So for me, really, nur or light, as I understand it in an Islamic sense, is all about guidance. It's all about how someone is willing to do the right thing, uphold the truth, and how this reflects by their actions and the way they present themselves. So if someone has a nur about them, the way I understand it, this means that they are beacons of truth, essentially doing the right thing, upholding the truth, upholding Islam, and by doing so, they have a certain radiance about them, and something that is very, 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 very good, very, very envious even. So yeah, I guess that's how I understand this first metaphor. And I have a Qur'anic verse as well that I wanted to read out to do with this one concept. It is Surah Baqarah 257. So it says here that God is the protector of those who have faith. From the depths of darkness, he will lead them forth into light. Of those who reject faith, the patrons are the evil ones. From light, they will lead them forth into the depths of darkness. They'll be companions of the fires as well therein. So basically, when we have belief, this is like a radiance about us. And I guess the thing about this is that without this radiance, you can't see, right? So by simply believing in God and believing in his message and believing in the prophets and believing in all these things, we're essentially rewarded for having this faith, and it becomes something that counts for us, and the way we present ourselves, and the way that others see us. They see us as people that have a certain capacity to give guidance as well. So that's I guess how I understand this concept. It's not simply a sense of like a light switch gives light, because this is obvious. The sun gives light as well, but I mean, spiritual light is a lot different to that. When I mean, even on the brightest day, you could be in the depths of darkness in a spiritual sense. So how do we understand this? I guess it's the faith in God that that supplies this radiance. So yeah, that's the first thing about light as a metaphor that we know in the Quran. Now the next one, the heart, as a metaphor for spiritual consciousness and understanding, the seat of intuition, faith, and decision making, and far beyond just its biology, and how cultivating this inner heart, this spiritual heart, is central to our religion. So basically, we learn a lot about cultivating the heart in Islam. It's quite literally the center of all things, and we know that a heart that has been perverted can't really discern the difference between right and wrong. But a sound heart is a heart that that clearly has a distinguishing criteria between good and bad, right and wrong, wrongdoing and justice, right? So when we speak about the heart, we're not just speaking about this organ that keeps us alive. In a spiritual sense, to stay alive spiritually, we need to have sound hearts that basically always do the right thing within our capacity, right? So a heart that is sound is probably one of the fundamental goals of Islam, to always know what is good, what is forbidden, and how we can always cultivate this understanding as much as we can, and as we go along, hopefully develop this understanding and make it stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, so that we can essentially uphold the truth wherever we are, and be much better, not just as Muslims but as humans. And this is the way that we can bring about goodness on this earth, and in our communities, and in our families, and everywhere we go, right? So that's what I want to say about the heart as well. It's more than just a function. It's a reality of religion. It's a reality of spirituality, and it's something that that can either go really, really good for us, or if we pervert the course between justice, right and wrong, it can go haywire as well. So that's the next thing. Now, the last thing that I wanted to talk about was gardens and rivers. Basically, this very, very beautiful description that we get in the Quran, and how it represents not only paradise but also tranquility, blessing, and the flourishing of the insan through action and a connection with Allah. And it gives a vision of peace that transcends simple desire. So I have another verse here that I'm going to read out, and it's a very, very beautiful verse. I love it a lot. So Bismillah. But give glad tidings to those who believe and work righteousness, that their portion is gardens beneath which rivers flow. Every time they are fed with fruits therefrom, they say, why, this is what we were fed with before, for they are given things in similitude, and they have their own companions pure and holy, and they abide therein forever. So I mean, like, isn't this the best goal? To have this kind of reality about us? And this doesn't just apply to the eternal life. This can really apply in our daily lives as well. If we are given a place to live, if we are given blessing, if we are given rizq, this is the same thing as is promised in these verses. Basically, it's not far beyond our understanding to understand and realize that this is a promise given to those who believe and work righteousness. So basically, when we uphold our religion and when we're upright and when we do good, this is the reward for being upright individuals. We really live in a tranquil state, and in a state that has abundant, infinite blessing in it. And it's something to be envied. It's something that people will do anything to have, and it's something that every human being would want to have as well. So think about this goal of gardens and rivers as something not only attained in the hereafter, but as something that you can strive to attain in this life as well. I mean, when we think past like the direct meaning here, we don't necessarily have to live in Eden as a garden and have a river running through our property to live in bliss. We can live in a simple sense and have all of our needs provided for, and this is allegorical to living in such a place. So that's probably the last thing I want to talk about. Basically unpacking some metaphors in the Quran, and I really want to push home that we don't always have to literally meet every criteria by its literal meaning to essentially understand it. When we have a little bit of hikmah, we can really unpack these metaphors and understand that there's a deeper message that we're trying to understand when we read the Quran. We're not just reading it for fun. We're not just reading it to earn some sabab. We're actually reading it to understand the lives that we live in and the ultimate goal that we all have. So thank you very much for listening, and stay tuned for more videos on some other things. Cheers.